All right, 100 Days Live, number 16. This is my second one for today because I missed yesterday. Sorry about that, guys. Hope you weren't sitting around waiting till late at night thinking that I would come on and do my live video. Well, I want to talk today about how to not suck at life. All right. Recently, I had the pleasure of having a conversation with Conner Boyack on the Constructive Liberty Podcast and had a really good conversation. Definitely, you should go check out that episode. It's episode number 56 of the Constructive Liberty Podcast. If you have not listened to that already, go check it out. Really good interview. Connor's a cool dude. But this is his latest book, How to Not Suck at Life, 89 Tips for Teens. So I thought I would just open it up and share with you one of the tips. And the one I opened up to is ditch the ego. Newsflash, the world does not revolve around you or me. It can be easy to think that the world does revolve around you, or I can get that feeling too sometimes, like I'm a business owner. So the world has to revolve around me, right? I'm out there creating things, building things for my clients. And I've got people that I've got to serve. I have to fulfill obligations. I've got bills to pay. So it seems like the world does revolve around me, but it doesn't, right? So he's saying ditch the ego. Talking about how to not suck at life with Conner Boyack. And he says, I remember others, mostly my parents, telling me during my teen years, but as a teenager, it can be hard to process the accusation of being egotistical because prideful people rarely think they're prideful. In reality, many teenagers do things that disregard the feelings and interests of others. Adults do this too. I fall into that trap sometimes as well. They focus on themselves and they think that things ought to be done on their timeline, the way they want. In business, I get people that call me up and they want me to come do a job for them or do some work for them, and they're like, want it done yesterday, and that's just not possible. If you can, drop a comment for me if you're watching. Say hey. I'd love to see who's out there watching. I want to know what the quality is like. Sometimes the video quality isn't the best when I go through StreamYard. I can get that feel. I apologize. I'm playing the video on my phone and it's getting a loop there. So back into ditching the ego. As the saying goes, there's two kinds of days for teenagers: good days and days when things don't go their way. But this saying is not written in stone, and it doesn't need to be a description of your behavior, right? To some extent, you're not to blame for this tendency. The rational part of the adolescent brain, the prefrontal cortex, if you want to Google it, is still developing when you're a teenager, and your body is being bathed in hormones that create impulses and moods that can be difficult to change. But adults have outgrown those phases, can still be egocentric monsters. All met those people. You'd be wise to try to restrain this behavior early on in your teenage years so that you can become a helpful, positive person who others want to be around and support. It's good for your personal and professional relationships, and an early effort now will pay dividends down the road. How to Not Suck at Life, 89 Tips for Teens by Conner Boyack. Go check out episode 56 of the Constructive Liberty Podcast, where I interviewed Conner Boyack. He's a really cool dude. He's got lots of books out there. He's doing a lot of really cool things in life. So go check that out and do good work.